Hi everyone. So quick create option on Dynamic CRM allow you to quickly create records from the navigation bar. So this is a feature that has been added in Dynamic CRM 2030. So by just clicking on this white plus symbol, you can see the activities as well as records which can be quickly created. Yeah. So by default, quick create option is enabled for 4 of the activities as you can see here and 7 of the entities, right? So in this video we will see how we can configure it for other out of the box as well as custom entities, right? So in order to do this you need to have a system administrator or system customizer security role. Yeah, so let's see how we can do it. First of all, you need to navigate to settings, customization, and go to the default solution. Then under the entities node you need to navigate to the entity for which you need to enable the quick create option. So I am going to navigate to a custom entity known as book. So on the customization form on the right hand side, if I scroll down, I can see an option known as allow quick create under data services. So for this custom entity, quick create is disabled by default. So I can just select this option and click save and then publish, right? So that will make this option enabled for this custom entity known as book. Once it is published, I can see the book entity will be included in the quick create option. I can quickly jump back to the home form, refresh it. After that, if I navigate to the quick create option, I can see the book entity is included in the quick create option, right? So after that, I can just simply enter the information over here, then click save. That means a new book record would be created. I will just see, let's see plus plus, that's a book name, just click save. So book record has been created. So the process of enabling quick create option for out of the box entity also the same. For example, if I want to enable it for a business entity such as invoice, I need to follow the same procedure. I need to just make it change and publish it. Okay, the same way, if I want to disable the quick create option for any of these entities which are already existing here, such as account, case, category, or anything, I need to use the same procedure. So instead of checking it here for this entity, I need to uncheck it, right? So one thing you need to remember here is for not for all the system and business entities quick create can be enabled, right? For example, the fax activity you cannot enable quick create option, right? This is disabled for it. The same way for invoice we have seen I can enable it, but for an entity such as article I cannot enable it. If I navigate to article entity, article entity, and if I try to change it, or I can change try to enable it, I can see that that option has been disabled. So it's not activated for all of the entities. Yeah. So other important point that we need to remember here is if you have enabled the allow quick create option for an entity, then that entity should have a quick create form created. So if it doesn't have a quick create form, so what will happen is that entity wouldn't be displayed here. For example, if I'm going to an entity invoice for which I try to enable it, let me just check this email. Yeah, so I need to just ensure if I'm going to enable quick create for this entity, I need to ensure that it got a quick create form. So this doesn't have a quick create form, so even after I enable it for email and entity, it wouldn't be appear, right? So I can create one new quick create form here, right? I can add the value all the fields over here, then save it, so that once after that it will be available. So the basic condition is the entity for which we are going to enable quick create, it should have a quick create form created for that particular entity, then only it will appear here. Yeah. So I hope this clarifies how we can configure quick create for activities as well as entities.